What's up, guys? I don't know why this camera's doing this. Um, yeah, I thought I was recording the whole time, and I never press record because I have hotkeys going on and things I need to write down and make sure that I do step by step by step every single time. Again, I'm new to this, so I apologize. I'm gonna go grab my coffee real quick, and I'll be right back. I have a couple of stocks on watch. Um, I want to see how Intel does today. We have some news with them. I think it could be. I think this news could be sold. Right. I think this news could be sold. So give me 2 minutes, and I will be looking at this as one. But I'll throw up the S&Ps. We got some data coming out. I was taking some time to go through some levels and whatnot to try and get us some trades and be ready for the day. So let's get ready, guys. Got a half hour. Give me 2 seconds, and I will grab my coffee, and I'll be right back and give you guys my ideas. All right, what's up, guys? Thank you guys for joining. I'm gonna, man, there's so much that goes through my mind. Like, I need to make a change, and I don't know how to do it. Um, Let me get the remote and turn this down. All right. I need to come on earlier, come through, get some game plans. I missed Amazon yesterday. I really thought about it. And I need not to think about it because we're going to miss trades. But it was something that was set up, and it's like, I can't forget about those things. I can't forget about Amazon. I can't forget about JP Morgan. I got to write them down. I got to make sure that I set an alert, that I get the alert, because I've set the alert numerous times here. And if I don't have my AirPods on or something, I don't know. I got to go through and physically send it so that do it so it sends it to me. But I hope you guys are doing good this morning. Um, I have a couple that I have on watch. Um, we should be live. I don't know what's going on here. If I click the wrong stream or not. Yeah, we're good. Okay. So if you guys have anything on your list, whether it's small caps, mid caps, large caps, anything, go ahead and throw them in the chat if you'd like. Just trying to get some of this stuff done here. Let me throw this up here. There's no room. All right. All right. So let's talk about the SPY. So the SPY is making a climb off this ADP report. Okay, it actually started prior to that. Let me see that my charts are fitting the screen. They are. Okay. No, come on. So let's see here. Let's take this away. We've been climbing all morning. I'm pretty sure, like I'm pretty certain, guys, that the S&P's just found its support. I'm pretty sure the SPY just found its support for right now. So if we go back, let's just pull up like a 4 hour so we can get some time. Fuck, I didn't mean to do that on the mic. Why is this doing this? Okay, so look here, right? I think that's another one. So it might be Novartis also has news, which we're going to cover all that. So here's our support, right? That we really pushed into right here at like, I guess we didn't get there, but that's so weird. Hold up. Yeah, right here, guys. Right in this level here, right? We found our support right there, psychological level 420, right? Let's see if we get that bounce. I'm looking for the SPY to see if we can bounce back to that 425, 425.50 area. That's what I'm expecting. You know, that's my thoughts. So what I would like to do, I'd like to be able to get a long off of the level that it's at right now. We may not get that. You know, we do have some resistance up here at 425 flat, but I think we could bounce back to this pivot low up here at 425, like just around 425.50, right? In between that 425, 425.50 area. Are my thoughts for the day. So, you know, that can easily change with the data sets that we have coming out. You know, the S&P's put in a pretty big move yesterday. It's going to be pretty hard for the markets to move in a pretty decent manner like they did yesterday. It's just hard, you know what I mean? It's hard for the markets to continue to make these big moves. You know, we obviously have volatility. We're in an environment where we have heightened volatility, but we'll see with this ISM services data. You saw the surprise yesterday. With the data that we got because of how much more jobs were added, right? That was huge. Those are the days you got to watch out for, is the surprises, right? That's why the markets moved like they did yesterday, because it was a surprise. It was not, you saw the expectations, right? You saw the expectations. You saw what we got. It was like 8 something and we got 9 million, 9 something. Right? So when your estimates and consensus and the economists can't get the data right, this is what 2022 was all about. Was they couldn't get CPI, PPI, they couldn't get the data points right. So the market doesn't know what to price in. Right? So keep that on watch. And I brought that up months ago, you know, to watch for increased volatility when the data points are you know, when the consensus and forecast are way below or way above. So let's go through a list of stocks. Let's start with Intel. There was some news on Intel. So what is that? Tuesday's close. Let me put Tuesday's close here on the SPY real quick to make sure I don't miss this. No. Because what I want to do is, yesterday was a down day. I want to see if we hit yesterday's close and if we hold it. It's so important. It's so important. I don't think people understand, like, those type of plays that you can get. And look, guys, let's see if we take back today or yesterday. If you see us right back up, right around where we opened yesterday, watch out. Not saying we are. Not saying we are at all. There's a lot of headwinds that we have to deal with. But that's certainly a good sign, right? It's a good sign because you've taken back that decent down day yesterday, which was about 1.5% from what I remember. All right, so there's yesterday's close. This is going to be yesterday's low as well on the SPY. Just keeping them there in case we hold it, right? We hold it, and this would be actually the level I would look for, right? Let's see if we can pull it back and hold 421. Is that it? 421.43. All right, 421.19. I'm sorry. Yeah, no, 421.23. All right, so that's the SPY. We can go into the Qs real quick. These charts are really messy. We've just, we've been down. If we get a pullback down, I will try and take a stab at some lows. I will watch for the Qs. The Qs, if I feel like the SPY can hold that 423 or 421, that 421.25 area, 421, then the Qs should be able to hold yesterday's close, right? And that would send the SPY a little bit past yesterday's close, right? Which is what I want to look for, right? I want to see if we can still hold yesterday's close. The Qs are we've already taken back a decent part of yesterday's move, so I would seriously consider that, having that on watch. And here's that same level for the Qs, 355.25. All right. So let's go into Intel. I do have a few on my list today. There is a Google event at 10 a.m. that we can watch for. There's obviously a play there. We have the ISM data at 10 o'clock, which is PMI. So let's go into the first one that we'll watch for, which is Intel. I want to watch Intel. All right, there's a 15-minute chart. Let me take this off. I'll take you to the daily first, okay? Or the daily in a second. So we're up here, right? We're holding this pivot low area. This area is going to be like 3660, 3651. So it's like a 10-cent range. We are obviously pulling it back here. Let's see here. All right, we're pulling it back. So we failed to get above this level. Now let me take you to a daily chart and show you exactly what it's all about. All right. So there's your previous support. Became resistant, fell out of bed. All right. Intel has been dead money for a long time. And this whole level, it's just it's just such a huge level that you did break above there shortly, right? And I'm talking going all the way back to 2016, guys. That's, Trump was got elected into office, right? We're at the same level as when Trump became president. Think about that. Who wants to own this stock? All right, something's got to change. And it seems like the changes that they assume that they're going to make or plan on making isn't going to be for another couple years. Okay, let's go over that news. So this level here is big. That that I have is around 3670. Okay, 3670 roughly. Um, you are in an uptrend, but you had these tails up here. You have a prior double top. Um, you have a prior double top. If we do break above, you could look for some resistance at 3719. Right, 3719. Let's go into like a 30-minute. Okay. No, maybe a 4-hour or an hourly chart. So there you go, right? You can see us struggling here. You can see us struggling. Flat top resistance up at 37 flat. 37 flat is also an area that I would keep on watch just in case, Intel gets a bump because the markets are to the upside. Do you know what I'm saying? Just in case if the markets do get a bounce because of data or whatever, it could help Intel. It could. Don't think it will. So right now we're still making this level resistance, 36.59 on Intel. All right, 36.59. I want to get short this name. I want to look for a pullback. That's what I want. And where would I look for this pullback to? It could turn into a swing trade. It could. Hold on here. What's going on here? I need to hurry up. I'm sorry. All right. So if I go to the daily chart, I want to go to the daily chart because I want major support and resistance, right? I want decent levels. 35.87 seems to be an area. Nope, we're here. All right, 35.25. That's what I'm looking for right there. Right, that's the area I'm going to look for to get down to on Intel if my thesis to the downside is correct. That's where I'm guessing that we're going to head to. All right, and again, this has news, so there's going to be we should get some liquidity. All right, let me see. Let's go to a 4-hour, and I'll just bring it back down. Excuse me, sorry. We need to know the ATR, the average true range. What does this thing like to do? Like how many points does it like to move during a day? Any given day, whether that's with news, without news. We could actually revisit lows. I actually do like this level. I take that back. 34 flat. And what did I write down? 36.59. Did I not write that level down? I did. Yeah, hold on. I don't like that. I mean, that is the level, but I'd like it at this level better at 32. So I don't know what the daily chart's showing there. It's definitely an area. All right. All right. Come on. All right. So yeah, as long as we continue to make this resistance, I'm gonna my first going into first take profit will be around if it gives it to us, right? 35.89, 35.90. Okay, let's go to a 15-minute or 30-minute chart. Hell, even a 5-minute. All right, we have. Why is this doing this to me? Come on. Okay. Boom, 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 boom. Alrighty. All right. So there we go. There's our range, right? Here's the top side of the range. You're going to want to watch. If we do get short, we'll look for this previous day's pivot highs that it broke and failed out to, it had a failed breakout. Had news after hours. That's why it's up. This could be a really good opportunity for us. It is holding up here right now. We'll start to see what happens in the next 10 minutes or so if they try to sell it off and if the markets sell off. So let me get my charts underway here. Let me get my charts done and good. And we also have solar stocks too, right? Where do I get my information from? Very easy. Sunrun, Sonova, right? Shares of Sunrun, Sonova dropped 3%, 2.8 respectively. Truist Securities downgraded the solar panel installers to hold from a buy on Wednesday. The firm said higher for longer interest rates could hit solar stocks. Moderna has some news. Let's read it so we know what it's all about. Pharma stock rose slightly after Moderna announced positive interim results for phase 1 of 2 trial of mRNA 1083, an investigational combination vaccine against influenza and COVID. Moderna said in a press release it plans to begin a phase 3 trial of the combination vaccine in 2023, working and accomplish potential regulatory approval in 2025. Moderna is just killing it, guys. They really are. Moderna is just killing it. Moderna was the only stock that I owned in COVID for a COVID play. Swear to you, I could show you in my charts. I didn't own Gilead. I didn't own Novavax. From the research that I did, it led me to believe that Moderna was the leader, and it proved to be so. I think my average in that stock was around $20-some, $30. I'm talking average, right? I remember doubling my money at 50 in like a month or two, and I'm like, holy shit, So, all right, so the upside resistance on Intel is going to be up here at like, you have this red box here, 37.36 area, 37.35-ish. The pivot high, though, in case the markets do climb higher, would be up here at 38.55, right? I'm putting all these on my charts just in case, right? I don't care if I'm right or wrong about the direction. I just want to get the direction. I'll let it see what it does. It's very clear what's going to happen here. It's either going to break higher and get resistance up at a higher spot, at a higher place at these resistance levels up at 38.50, 38.65, or we're rejecting the level that we're at now, which is a key level. It's so key, right? It's key. I know I spent too much time on that. Look, double top, boom, pivot highs, right? Is that where we're going again? 37? Low 37s? We'll see. All right, I'm going to get my chart set up. So mRNA real quick. All right, Moderna. Let's go to the daily chart real quick. It's in a downtrend, right? In a downtrend. This thing's just, it's hurting, right? They're not getting all that free money that they got. Like, all that's done with. And I think, I don't think people are worried about COVID. Unless you have an influenza outbreak and and the government has to spend money. And it gets to the point where it's going to shut down the world. I mean, you got to look. If it does get any pops, you got the 50-day moving average here. Right? You got the 50-day moving average at 107.50. Okay, it's at like 107.72, but it should drop once the market's open. It should, pull back just a little bit. We have some resistance up here at 106.75. 106.75 is this previous pivot high and support and resistance level. You guys see that right there? All right. So I didn't have mRNA on my list just yet. So that's where I'm going to be looking to get short. Okay. That's my initial thought, is to get short. Okay. So I will look to get short up at any pops. Even if it's up here, even at this level that we're above, right? This is, you can see this support level here. All right. The support level at 103.75. 103.75, right? Support, double bottom, breaks, comes back up, retests it, resistance, resistance. Let's pull it back down to the lows. We'll see. Again, listen, Moderna loves to do what the SPY does. It just does. I'm telling you. It loves to do what the SPY does. All right. Man, it's this whole area, guys. All right, so I got to put a box up here just in case it does get higher, because it's literally going to be this whole area, right? It's that whole area right there. So we got a couple trade ideas, right? mRNA, we're going to get short up here at this. I'd like to get short at like 103.66. $103.66, and again, where is that 50-day moving average? That is up at, look at that, 103.71. Let's see if we can get a bounce. Let's see if we can bounce it back up to this 100-day moving average. And you can see it, rejection, 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 up at the 50-day is what it likes to do. Let's see if we can get mRNA, Moderna, to bounce back up to that 50-day around 107, 107.30. 107.50 to 107, right? And we will look to get short. I will look to get short the bounce. All right, that's my thought process with Moderna. We could go to really any solar stock, right? Because now the solar stocks are starting to be in play, but in play to the downside. Getting a quick bounce there. Let's look at EMPH, FSLR type stocks, getting a bounce. You know, you have some resistance up here at 118. I mean, it's like, yeah, you could say like 116.33. 116.33, really? Yeah. 116.89. So it's like an area. You're going to have to give this a range for this resistance level. Let's go to, and where's the 50-day? Your 50-day isn't all the way up until up here. So I would watch, you know, I would look to get this thing up to 132 on the MPH. End phase, I think we could see a bounce. I think we could see a bounce. I really do. The sector has been weak. You know, the sector's been weak. I don't want to fight it. Okay? But I will, like I say, with rates the way they are, it could mean trouble. It could mean trouble, okay? Now, you can play Sunrun. You can play FSLR. End phase is going to be very volatile, so the options are going to be expensive. Let's see here, buddy. What's that? Yes, on a setup, I will. Yes, because I need it. I will be. I thought about it yesterday. I was just saying that, you know, thinking about it. It's not a big deal, right? So if it happens, if you miss something, it's not a big deal. And sitting there and just being, you know, because I'm just getting distraught that I'm like, we had some really nice setups, and I just forgot about them. And I set alerts on Thinkorswim, and I seem to never get them, right? I don't know if it's a sound, if it's supposed to send it to me, what. I have it set up so I know it's not a user error. Like I've literally set the alerts, and they seem to never get sent. So I gotta just forget. It is what it is. We gotta move on. We're gonna look to have a good day today. I am, at least. So there's end phase. We do still have some resistance up here, like 118. Let me see here. So again, this all has news. So we expect some volume and liquidity to be brought into Moderna, solar stocks, and Intel. And again, Google has their event at 10 a.m. So these are all opportunities that are news driven, right? That can help us make some money. So see, this thing is like up here, 119.69. I think this is your support level. It's like right here. And there's your resistance, 124. End phase is going to be pretty volatile. It is. It's a volatile name. So let's put this down here. We'll see what we do at these levels. I'll just put them down, and then we'll see what happens when we get there. Pivot low, boom, boom. So what is that? 116.92. All right. So there's one, and this will be my last stop with this name. It's around 118.56. Because I think your resistance level is going to come in up here. Do you know what I'm saying, guys? So if you're going to come in to a support and resistance area, if you do break 116.92, 117, if we do break 117, I would look to get long up to 124. All right, that's going to be my play. A break of 117 and hold, right? I'm going to look for it to get to 124 flat. All right, that's going to be my game plan. So we'll find out when we open if we can get up to that area. If not, if we start rejecting yesterday's, or what is that, Monday's low, you start rejecting this Monday's low, then we could look to get short. Let's see, so it'd be like right around there. Let me look to make sure that, yeah, we're pretty oversold. You know, just like everything is. Everything's oversold. All right, so that's that. I'm going to get my charts ready. What are you watching today, buddy? What are you watching? What's on your watch list today? We should expect a move from Tesla here in the next couple of days if we can break out of that 50 to 100 day. That's a pattern you should see pretty often, that I've seen before, and it could make for a decent move to the upside or downside once it gives. Because it's stuck between that daily 50 and 100 day moving average, which I still think it, eventually goes to the downside. See, Intel's picking up a little bit. Flat top resistance. If we continue to hold, like if we get a bounce at like 36 and you can't seem to break, yeah, this 36.43 area, we're going to find out pretty quickly what Intel wants, what she wants to do. So, good luck today, guys. This is what I have on my watch list today. You know, kind of want to be where the liquidity and whatchamacallit's at. Got to get the good stuff up. Hold on. Good luck today, everybody. Good luck, guys. Good luck. You guys see anything? Call it out in the chat. Let's see if we can get this S&P back down to 420.75. I'm going to watch for yesterday's close and yesterday's low. Okay, I'm going to watch for yesterday's close and yesterday's low to see if we can get some support. The volume may be a little weak today. All right, guys. All right, so we're getting a pretty decent pullback there on Intel. I want to try and get the pop back up into that area. You had to have probably taken this right off the bell, guys. Shit, man. I knew it. I should have taken it right off the bell. See if we can get a bounce here. Damn. Fuck. I should have just taken it right off the bell. You had to be quick with that one, guys. You had to be quick, and there it goes. You had to be quick. There goes Intel. That's a nice trade. You'd already be taking nice profits off right now. You're getting the follow through. All right, so here we go. We're starting to get some. Bids. Let's see if we can bounce it back. Take our time. I'm gonna take my time and stay focused and get a beautiful. Jesus Christ, we're just cutting through levels. It's just not meant to be, right, guys? Just not meant to be. What the fuck? You gotta be fucking kidding me. That was a nice move. Right off the close. And I thought about grabbing it off the close and I didn't. Unbelievable. I do want to see if we can get this thing back down to like 35, 24, like the low 35s. Jesus Christ, it's falling out of bed. You gotta be kidding me. Sounds like Rivian's going. All right, Intel's done for me, guys. I couldn't get that trade unless we're able to get a fucking bounce back to 36.33. That trade should be done, like not done with, but you just got a beautiful move on that trade. I had an instinctive feeling that I should have grabbed it right off the bell, and I didn't. And I didn't because I was trying to be a bit patient to see if we could get another pop and another shot at that 36.75 area. And my instincts were right. You couldn't break it all pre-market, you know. I don't know. Maybe try and see if you can wait for a bounce to VWAP or something and catch a second leg down, but I'm going to try and find something else. Another fucked up day by me. All right. All right. So the SPY should be coming up to resistance, guys. I gotta get some air. Hold on one second. Hold on one second. Fuck that. Look at Tesla. Look at Tesla, guys. Dude, it just broke the 50-day moving average. Let's go. This might be the trade, guys. This might be the trade. Let's go. All right, let's go. There we go. Let's do it. Pull it back. Pull it back for me. Pull it back, guys. Tesla is on watch right now. It's got some strength. Come on. Strong like bull. Dude, you gotta be shitting me. What's going on here? Oh my gosh. What did I say this morning? I told you guys, Tesla could have a big move coming. You do have a resistance level up here at 254. So, come on. Where's your 50-day moving average? Okay. It's right there. I think we could get to 260 area. That's what I would be looking for. Is around 260. Dude, this thing is a beast right now. Alright, Tesla's on watch for me, guys. Tesla's got some really nice volume. If we could get a pullback, I'm going to get long Tesla. All right, hold on. So the S&Ps are at resistance. Um, Let me pull up a 15-minute chart here. I need a pullback if I'm going to get long Tesla. Nah, that doesn't look good, guys. Doesn't look good. Was there news that I'm not seeing? No, 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 no. What happened? Come on here. Come on here. Come on, baby. Come on. I want to see if we can pull it back to like 250. Right? Into that like 250 zone. Nah, it may hold here. No, see, it's breaking down. So the area that I am watching is 249.70 on Tesla. Right? Would be. Yeah, look at that 50-day. What's up, Chris? How you doing, buddy? How you doing, my guy? How you doing this morning? Intel ran. I had a feeling on Intel right off the bell. I should have just got short. I should have got short Intel right off the bell. Right off the bell. And I didn't. I was kind of seeing if we could get like a fake out pump to that pivot high, and it never happened. It's all good. Google, yeah, I'm with you. So there's a pullback from the SPY. Just keep an eye on the cues, right? I do want to see if the SPY can pull it back to yesterday's close, which it kind of did, and kind of get back down here and then get some upside. This is either a failed breakout of the 50-day moving average for Tesla. Victor, Oscar, Sandy. Hold on. Victor, Oscar. therapeutic company. Yes, yeah, it does have a lot of volume. Wow. VVOS. All right. So I'm with you. Google has that thing at 10 o'clock. You know that, right, Chris? You know they have like a their little thing at 10 o'clock today. Not sure if you knew that or not. Oh, remember PMI in 15 minutes. So if you guys do take a trade, just be cautious that we got some data points that are coming out. I don't think they'll mean that much unless there's a surprise like yesterday. Like yesterday's data should have not moved the markets yesterday. The only reason it should have and why it did, it's not about what the data was, but like I'm talking about like the actual data. Like that, it doesn't usually move the markets, but it moved the markets like crazy yesterday because of how far off the economists were and the expectations and forecasts. And that was all of 2022, was not getting the data correct. So the market doesn't know what to price in. Therefore, you get your volatility. You get your big up moves. You get your big down moves. 50.2. And watch yields, guys. Watch it. If yields continue to pull back, we want to look long. Don't fight the short. You guys got to watch yields. I got to do the same, right? We got to watch yields. Unless you think we're going higher in yields, yields start to pull back. Is it alright? It's not 10 o'clock yet. 9:45. Okay, so that's S&P Global Services. Okay, 50, right in line. See, it's right in line. Let's look at the SPY. No volatility because the data is right in line. No big surprise there. So 10 o'clock, we're going to get ISM manufacturing, ISM services, I'm sorry. Services PMI, and you'll get some factory orders as well. All right, we get Goolsby, we get Schmitty, Ofed Schmitty. So Tesla is, whatchamacallit? Google has a, I don't know, like a product event or something at 10 o'clock. We'll have to look it up. Let's see. It's, I guess, called Google event. Let me Google Google event. Let's Google the Google event. Goog, no. No. Come on. Goog. What time is the Google event? No, not what time is Google.com. I gotta focus. How to watch Google Pixel 8 reveal. Oh, so it's a Pixel 8 reveal. The Pixel event. Okay, so that's what it is. At 10 o'clock, it's about their Pixel devices or something like that. So there you go. That's that. All right. All right, who thinks we should short Tesla? Think we should get into Tesla short up here or give it a little room? This is insane. Fuck. That's some huge volume. Tesla's got nice volume. Unbelievable. Yeah, it may, just bring some volatility, some extra volatility, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't seem like it's like the meta event or anything, so it may not mean anything. Look, there's some Moderna sell-off. Motherfucker, man. I'm sorry to cuss, guys. Oh my god. All these plays. All of them. Intel, Moderna. What the fuck, man? That's alright. I need to not think about it because I need to not be emotional. I need to just wait for the bounce back. That's all it is. Wait for the bounce back. That's all it is. You gotta be shitting me. These plays, you would have had to take it right off the bell. Moderna. Intel. We are getting a bounce back on Intel. Let's see here. So we are above VWAP. 38.2. How are semiconductors doing? Yeah, look at the orders coming in there. I'm going to try and get short Intel. I kind of want to get short Tesla, though. I'm going to get... Just want to make sure there's nothing that I'm missing. All right, nothing that I'm missing. So it's holding this pivot high here. Let's see. I wonder if Intel is going to try and pop itself back up here. Look at that volume coming in there. Intel's so boring. I don't even like trading it. So the SPY is still stuck. You know, there's not necessarily hardly any volume today in the S&Ps, which is expected, right? It's expected because of what happened yesterday. All right, so I am short Intel. I'm short Intel. I took that short on Intel. I got the 35s for next week. Oh, they gave me a horrible... Nah, not really. They didn't give me that bad of a fill. All right. Look at the selling pressure that's just slowly stopping. I don't want like this thing to pop back up into this area. We'll see what happens with it. I'll give it a little bit of room. Because if the markets are going to bounce, I got to watch. You know, this thing's still up at high, so we'll see what happens. All right, we'll see what happens with it. The volume is just getting lower. Do you guys see what I'm saying? Like, we should start to see an increase in volume to bring this thing down if we're going to come down. But look at the buying that's coming in. Look at that buying, right? Look at the decrease in volume. So I've never really traded Intel, so I'm not sure how it likes to act. Let me see here. I need to look on the daily and see where it's at. All right, that data is going to come out in a few minutes, and here I am taking a trade for myself because I forgot about the data coming out. Hopefully the data supports this trade, because if a quick pop could really mess me up. Shit, I forgot about that. Damn it. I wish I could have took that advice myself, Chris. God. I can't believe I forgot about that. I literally just did it myself, like a goofball. I feel like the trade was up here at the open. I'm gonna go through some charts real quick. If you guys need anything, just holler. And look, now it's starting to regain. Fucking bastard. Alright, let's see here. So this is technically, it's trying to turn this area into resistance. It tried to break above it. And now it needs to turn this area into resistance and see if we can get it back down a few cents. Right, this area right here, like 35.88. Intel, or not Intel, but Tesla is struggling up here. It looks like it's just having a hard time up here at this level, unless my screen's froze. Um, so you guys know I will take profits on Intel if we get towards that low of day. I'm just gonna write it in the chat. Yeah, I shorted Intel here. I wanted to get it off the bell. I don't really like it, so maybe that's a good thing. You know, triple top right here, right? Held it as support yesterday, broke down. We broke back above it, sold off below it, and now we're bouncing up to hopefully turn it back into resistance. All right, resistance, and we also had what else? 38.2 Fibonacci. We had VWAP, all right there, lining up with resistance. Should make for, but look, I feel like it's already oversold because of what we did off the bell. That sucks. What we did off the bell really messes with this trade. And I was thinking about grabbing, like, yo, you need to grab this thing while it's there because it's up at the highs. You may want to grab this thing. All right, so there we go. That's what I like better. Now the RSI is helping me out a little bit better than MACD. So I literally, because pre-market they didn't sell it off, right? We get very few times that you get a news catalyst and you want to get into a trade and it doesn't already make the majority of the move pre-market. And I knew I should have taken it pre-market, like right off the bell. Right off the bell, I should have taken it, and I didn't. So it is what it is, you know. At least I know my head was in the right, you know. I had that feeling that I had an opportunity to take this trade right off the bell, and I didn't do it. So that's my fault, right? That's my fault. Man, I hope this freaking data doesn't mess with me. I'm going to try and hold this for a little bit. You know, I'll give it up. I'll probably give this thing, you know, a little bit past 36. Just doesn't seem like it wants to give us any follow through to the downside. Like I say, I've never traded Intel. I've never really traded it. So I don't know how it likes to act. It's so boring. It's like watching paint dry. I'm looking at Tesla also. I want to see if we can get Tesla. I'm going to need this market to pull back. I'd like the market to help me with this trade, but I don't think it's going to. I'll just come back to Intel. I'll let it do its thing. Hopefully I don't get screwed with a pop. You know what? I could probably set it on my phone. Here it is. 3.6 in line. How'd I know Intel was going to do that like a little asshole? Alright, so it came in line, guys. Came in line. I want to hold this trade, but it's so boring. It's so boring. So what is it doing? We've made our low. It's, I guess, you know, it's pulled back. I want to get a break through the low a day. I want to get a break through this low a day, man. I just need the volume. The volume is getting lower and lower and lower. I don't even want to be in this trade. I don't, because it's so boring. There's just no follow through, it feels like. Unless there's something I'm missing. So I guess, so there's a pivot low. Damn, it already got into that level right off the bell. You gotta be kidding me. I feel like it needs to make this 34.65 support. Doesn't have to do anything, but I just wonder if people are going to take that short up there and start selling it. I'll see what happens here. Kind of, there we go. Let's see if the markets can help me with this trade. Let's go. This is what I was saying. We need the markets to help us. And finally, we got it. Very nice. Finally. Got to take a piece off because I'm so damn bored. No, never mind. 4%. Yeah, I should take it, actually. No, I'm at 10%. Sorry. I'm going to take a piece off there, guys. There we go. I got a piece off right there, guys. I got a nice size off of that trade, so I don't even have to look at it. I don't even have to look at it. That was actually a really nice trade. I got filled at like 12% right there on that first fill. So I'd like to see if the SPY gets down here. I'll hold this. I'm going to see if I can get this thing down a low a day. I had to take it because I was getting bored. I was getting bored with this trade, and I don't want to sit here and watch Intel. I don't. I wanted that off the bell. I want momentum. I wanted momentum. Yeah, nice job, bro. Yeah, I just took some of mine off, too. The majority of this Intel trade. That's what we needed, was the markets to, like, help us out a little bit, you know? And it's, you know, you got to watch going. I didn't think, like, my instinctive feeling was, you know, that services PMI wasn't going to affect the markets too much. really start to move them in a direction to the upside to work against our trades. But it could, like yesterday, right? So yesterday. So people like I've seen some YouTubers and stuff like that, just kind of seeing their thoughts and seeing if they're really getting it, right? Really understanding what's going on. Like they're some of them they're not understanding how important this jobs data is, right? The labor market is more important than the CPI right now. We know where CPI is, right? We all do. We know that longer term we are working down. We're going to get month to month. We may get a little ticks up, little ticks down, but for the most part we're down where we are. The next leg to help this market is the labor market. That will definitely ensue that we don't have to worry about CPI if we get guys, I'm out of that trade on Intel. I'm only getting out of it because I don't want to sit here and watch it. I'm out of that. That was a nice follow through there. I'm out of that, guys. That was for next week's 50 not 50. I'm sorry. 35 puts. All right. That was a really nice trade. It's 20%. All right? 20% on that final take profit on Intel. There's probably more to come. But the only way I'm going to get back in this trade is if we get back up to like 36.45 area, right? It's just too slow for me. It's not that volatile, which is good. Options are cheap. It's good. This is how you grow your account, by getting stocks like that. SPY is coming into an area of support where I'm thinking about taking a long. What did we have? We had a down day yesterday. I'm going to watch yesterday's close and the low of day to see if we can get some support to go higher, because I think we got to our support area. One other major level that I'm going to watch is this level right here, guys. 420.78. 420.75 is the area on the SPY I want to watch to see if that's where we could start to get a bounce. All right. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And don't worry about tick to tick. If you guys took that Intel trade, just relax. You just want to you guys just want to focus on taking profits on the extensions as you get them. Right? You buy 5 contracts, I don't know, let's say you bought 5 contracts at $50. What is that? $250? 4 contracts for $200, right? If you don't have $200, okay, buy one. I don't care. If you buy one, then you got to sit and wait till you get down to 35.55. That's the target, was the low of day. But buying a couple, you get that extension, you take one off, and you say the next one I'm going to take off is going to be roughly around low of day. Or you wait and take, if you have 4 contracts, because you're limited with money, you wait for that extension into the low of day and take 2 off. You take 2 off and say, all right, I've pretty much I'm profitable now. You got till next week. You kind of just leave it on, and then if it breaks above VWAP, or the prices get back to where you were and you feel like you can't hold it anymore, then you manage it however you like. I'm just trying to give you guys different ideas on how to grow your account. Because nobody just starts. You could have $1 million, or you could have a few $100s. You can still lose it the same way. It's about understanding that when you get that momentum direction into an area, and knowing what it is that you're looking for and doing it, having a plan, right? What was my plan? I'm looking to see if the markets can help me get into that low of day so I can take profits, because I was already missed that big momentum move to the downside right off the bell. I missed that. So unless the markets really pick up here, which they are, I'm going to find something different, guys. I'm going to just leave Intel alone. All right. Just, giving you guys, there we go. Let's see here. See how it's just sitting there? I don't like that. The market's just had a really nice pullback, and Intel's just sitting there. Sorry, Chris. Which one's that, buddy? Google? Is that Google? Like, and there's the other one. Moderna was our second trade idea, right? Right off the bell, bang. Um, let's see here. Yeah, you gotta watch sometimes. But the thing is like I really wasn't concerned with that news because of what it was. I didn't think it would really move the markets. It would have had to really. I just didn't see, you know, ISM PMI coming in like any ISM data coming in like crazy, right? Because ISM is a ISM is like a service. I think maybe for the government, maybe not government officials. I don't know if they're government officials or not, but they're services. Like they track like goods and services and like they track different things. It's kind of like a company that like if you had like a company that like surveyed construction, right? Or like not surveyed it, but like you're like an inspector, right? Well, ISM is like from the stuff that I've seen and I've taken it is like they kind of just they have different places that they go to, like different companies that they go to, and just get information about like orders and whether it's like wood and like whatever it is, material, services, all that stuff. You could just go on the ISM page and it would show you. I'm pretty sure it has with like bank stuff like that. What is ISM? We could look at that. Investopedia. I need to worry about trading right now. We'll look at it later, but knowing what some of this stuff is helps with the data. Knowing whether or not you're going to get some volatility or not. So there's Moderna looking like it's wanting to pull itself back, right off of yesterday's low. Look at that resistance off of yesterday's low on Moderna. Let me go back to Tesla. 15-minute chart. Let's go to 3 minutes. I gotta use the restroom real quick. I will be right back. Give me 1 second. I'm still aiming to make this a great week. All right, so there's the pullback on Tesla to the 50-day moving average. Let's see if it bounces off of it with the volume. We've already got some nice volume coming in there on the 50-day, or it's either going to break, right? That's either a rejection or it's going to hold that 50-day and bounce higher. Watch Tesla. It's got a technical setup right now. A technical setup. Come on. I'm kind of sensing the short on Tesla. Well, I have two different thought processes on that actually. Um, let's see here. So there could be a resistance right there on initial low, initial morning low on the SPY, guys. Okay. Let's look at that, right? Look at that level right here, guys. Look at that on the SPY. Look at that level. See if it helps with the short thesis on. So the SPY is headed down. Let's see, it popped. SPY rolled over. Tesla's still up and strong above that 50-day moving average. That's 38.2 fib, 50-day moving average. Just want to make sure that I'm reading the markets right, because I read it wrong yesterday, or it's not that I read it wrong, it's just I failed to read the markets after I kind of like gave up. I gave up yesterday, and there was still a little bit of like trading that I could have done that I failed to recognize. So, and I thought about all this yesterday, and you know, just going back and you know, just working on myself and what it is that I do here. It's important for you guys to do it too, guys. If you guys miss trades or get frustrated, you lose money, whatever, you got to go back and think. You got to think about yourself, thinking about the trade. Say, dude, this is what I'm doing right now. This is exactly why human beings are fired and not on the trading desk anymore. That's why they've hired computers, right? That's why the human's been replaced by a computer, because the computer is not going to think about yesterday. It's going to move on. It's going to put on the position. It gets at this number. It puts on the short or long. It gets to that stop loss. It stops out. That's it. No in between, right? You have your targets. You get your extensions. You get to like the low of day. There's a piece. And you have your initial target, right? You have your initial target. Like Tesla. I have all these lines up there. What is that? What am I supposed to do with all those lines? Even though it cut through it the other day. So what I would do is I would look for Tesla to get up to 260, 259, right? In that 259 area. That's what I would look for with Tesla if it can break through. It's got some heavy resistance up here though. The markets are pulling back. That's not going to help. Look at that trade, right? Break, retest off initial morning low. See if you take it to yesterday's low of day on the SPY. Doesn't have to be that difficult. Sometimes we just make it difficult. At least I do. I make trading difficult for myself. That's a nice setup right there, guys. Look at that. Break and retest off low a day, guys. That's a beautiful setup on the SPY. Beautiful setup. Look to see what the IWM, the Dow, what are they doing? Okay. Are they pulling back? Are they selling off still? Yeah, look. The Dow is just getting ready to try and make a new low. And the Dow is at yesterday's low of day. So I would keep that on watch, that if it holds this level and is able to bounce, you would look for the markets to start to bounce. IWM. Nope. Let's see here. See if it broke yesterday's low of day. It did. So look for the Dow, look for the SPY, and then the Qs to get the downside. Watch. I'm telling you. I'm telling you guys. Watch. Doesn't mean it's going to happen, but chances are it's going to happen. The IWM is the leader. The Dow is right behind it. Unless the Qs can get enough upside that it turns the IWM around, and then which turns the Dow around, you know. So let's see here. 3 minute. 3 minute. Look at that tail. Oh, never mind. What am I looking at? Oh, there was an... So again, you guys gotta... We all have to watch yields. It's going to be hard for Tesla to continue to break to the upside, right? Let me make sure that there's no news or anything. One of the biggest problems when U.S. dollar is getting UAW strike shadows Q3 deliveries. All right, don't see anything as of right now. I haven't traded off of a 1 minute chart. I wonder if that's my problem. I haven't traded off a 1 minute chart, 2 minute chart in a long time. Let's see if it can pull itself back here. All right, that would be 61.8. Dude, it just bounced right off the 32 fib, and it's going on lower volume. I just don't know if Tesla has it. What are your guys' thoughts on this? Look at that, 38.2 Fibonacci. I just don't know if it has enough behind it. I don't think the markets can support it. You know, I just don't. It does have that volume, but the volume's getting smaller as it's going up. Yeah, that's our resistance level up there with all those tails up there. That's a really nice resistance level at 253. If we could get short right in front of that level, I think it might pay off. Because especially if the market's going to continue to the downside, right? If we continue to stay under the initial morning low, we're here at like 421.92, then we could look for a failed break higher on Tesla off the 50-day. It's got the buy side volume. Let me look at the 15-minute chart and make sure I'm reading everything correctly. Hi, Turkey Bot. I gotta go feed her. So yeah. So there's the 9 EMA. Let me see here. I want to see if I can get a pullback on Tesla back down to 249, 250. I'm going to look for that now, guys. I'm going to look for that now. I'm going to look for a pullback to, where was it, 250? Yeah, 250. Does anybody out there know if Tesla has news or not? Just wondering if anybody's heard anything. Look, there goes the markets. As soon as I want to do this, there goes the markets. They want so much for these weeklies. That's so ridiculous. That's so insane. Damn it. Shit. I'm coming, Turkey. Hold on. I mean, I just feel like these are too much right now to you know what I mean? Like paying $300 to go $2 out of the money. That means I got to get like $3-4 out of the money. Boom, boom. I'm just stuck, you know what I mean? I'm just stuck. I feel like this is a pretty heavy resistance level up here at 253. And if we're able to break through it, then yeah, we're going to see 260, I feel like. I feel like we'll see 259, 260. But if we're putting in a double top here, which SPY, there goes the SPY pulling back. Trying to pull back. And we'll see if we can get the bounce. You want I so want it, guys. I so want this Tesla short. Hi, come on. I'm sorry, buddy. I've done the same thing many, many, many times. Shit. those, oh man, they're kind of far out the money. So the markets are pulling back here. Like we thought. That's a nice break and retest the initial morning low. Nice. I'm glad you're able to get out for a little bit of profit, man. I am. That can be bad. All right, so let's watch that low a day. This is the spot where I think we could start to see some buying come in on the SPY, which would then again look at Tesla on that trend line, guys. Tesla's right on that trend line. The trend line I just drew. Come on. I want to be able to time these options. Look for the 9 EMA test. See if it can consolidate and the SPY meet that 9 EMA right there, just like it did here. Oh shit! I did it. I took. Oh no, that's not good. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. I don't want to give anything back. No, 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 no. What did I get filled at? No, you bastard, guys. I think I'm just gonna give up some of my. Um. There we go. I got to get out of that Tesla trade. No, it filled me on. God damn it! Fuck! I didn't mean to. I didn't mean to get in right there. I wanted to get in up here. I should have just fucking held the motherfucker. God damn it, man. I just... Oh my god, I could throw this fucking phone right through you motherfuckers in that camera. I can't believe that. Why? Why stupid rookie mistakes, man? Why? Why? Unbelievable. Unfucking believable. You gotta be kidding me. Unfucking believable. I just missed that for a profit buy here. I didn't want to. I didn't mean to get into it. I didn't mean to. It's going to fall back down. I think we're going to pull back and it's going to break this level. I really do. Or it's going to rip higher because the SPY is going to bounce. I'm stuck. I don't know what to do with Tesla. I feel like it's going to pull back but then go higher. That's what I think. Like, right there, you stupid bastard motherfucker. I hate this. I've had such the toughest week. God, I'm gonna be sick to my stomach, man. I'm gonna be sick to my stomach on that pullback right there, even though it's low volume. They're at $90 fucking right now. It's unbelievable. I'm sorry I have a mouth like a whatchamacallit that I keep cussing, but that's frustrating. That's so frustrating. There's a crack of the trend line. And where are we at? 245, 246. And it's just going to sell off right here. Oh, wow. God damn it. Oh, God, I'm so fucking mad about that. You gotta be kidding me. I had my order sitting up to sell Tesla. I grabbed some Tesla puts and I was just chilling and I accidentally fucking hit. I placed the order and sold it. Sold it for a loss. And they really fucked me on the fill. They really screwed me on the fill. So, it's my own fault. You know, this is what I was looking for, was a break of that trend line. You know what I mean? We get all that resistance up there. And now it's too far down for me to get back in at a lower strike because it's, I feel like, you know, it just, it is what it is. It is what it is. That sucks, man. See if we bounce back. Let's make that area resistance. I want to see if we can start to hold this 420 area. I'm gonna go feed her real quick. I'm gonna try and bounce back from today. So give me 1 second. I'll be back. So Tesla's holding up there. Um, you know, part of me still thinks it's kind of strong if the SPY can bounce here, guys. You know, I'm not. Um, I don't have much. You know, I have. If I had to give it conviction, I'd have to give it. You know, Tesla to the upside because I feel like it's. I just feel like it's strong. Look at this fall. Look at that breakout right off the open. It pulls back, holds the 50-day, and that's why I think, you know, technically it's a pretty strong stock right now. May want to wait and get this at a better price. 38.2 pullback. I'll see how much the 260s are. Calls for that are. It's going to break it now. Of course it is. Come on, let's go. Let's see if it can break it. Okay. And it just broke out. You gotta be fucking shitting me. I had no idea. The puts were so expensive. And there's the bounce on the SPY, guys. You gotta be kidding me. I'm telling... You gotta be fucking kidding me, man. You gotta be kidding me. Unbelievable. Dude, this thing's gonna go, guys. Unreal. Unbelievable. Well, what I'm gonna do is see if I can get a pullback. See if we can get a pullback here. Look at the SPY. You got that. What I tell you guys, man, that area. Give me the pullback, SPY. Give me that freaking pullback so we can take this long. Where are we looking for the long at? Like to get it up to like 425 would be my area. 424. That's where I'm looking to get the S&Ps to. Let's go, guys. So I'm going to take a call there on the SPY while it's down here. It takes me so long to get in and out of orders that I don't like that. Alright, so it's acting as resistance right here. That area right there, 422, acting as resistance. Let's hold VWAP. Why am I on a 5-minute? Look at that increase in volume on Tesla. Alright, I took a long there on the S&Ps. Why is it doing this to me? Why is it doing that? Let's go, SPY. You can do it. Look at Tesla go, guys. I'm telling you, Tesla's going to 269. I feel like it's going, guys. It's headed in that direction. Oh my God, man. Alright, let's pull it back. Let's pull it back. Where's the dollar? Come on. Let's pull it back, dollar. Let's go. Let's pull it back. Let's see if this area can hold. See if we can catch it up to this 9 EMA. And the volume was not on, so I apologize, but we are now back green off of the SPY call. Off of that call right here, right where? Right there. Initial morning lows. Break, retest, bang, see ya. I'm looking for 425, 420, 450 on the S&P 500. Slap a hoe. Alright, that's what I told my last night. You hoe. Sorry, I didn't mean to say that. My fault. I'm just kidding. I'm just joking. Just trying to lighten the mood. Trying to lighten the tension, right? Because we want that extension. And you're pulling it back. That's okay. You're just holding. It's got to retest that area. Bring some new buyers in. Bada bing, bada boom. They brought them in. Let's go break a new high, guys. Look at Tesla. Look at Tesla. Look at it. I told you guys, 260 target. Fuck. Unbelievable. I don't know if there's any news on this. Did you guys hear anything? I mean, I could find out. Let me see. Let me find out. Unless it's the UAW talks that are helping it out, but wow, what an extension. What? We're gonna right this ship, man. We're gonna get this ship on the right track. Very confident that we are, or that I am. Just a tough day Friday. Kind of brought it into this week. Things happen. And that's why I took that profit up on that extension up there, guys. Right? I still think we could break, but that doesn't mean we're not going to pull it back and test this 421.93 area. Right? And if it breaks, guess what? I'll take it off. You have the 90 MA right there. So, all right, pull it in, bring buyers. You see the buyers coming in as we pull back in there? You're going to start seeing buyers. Like, really focus in on it. All right, see how it's pulling back in? All right, pulls back in. Pull it back in. Nope. Look. Pull it in, pull it in. You'll see it as it's coming down. Look at that. Look at those orders. Bang. Like, unless my charts are being goofy right now. Here comes the extension. Look, continuation to the buy side. No, damn. They're fighting right here, guys. It's a battle. This is a pure battle. Thank you guys for hitting that like button. If you guys could, hit that like button if you haven't already done so. Gave you Tesla. Gave you Intel. Gave you Moderna. Gave you a lot of good stuff today. Gave you a lot of good stuff today. And look at that. Intel did break the low a day there. So that was a nice trade. Let's look at mRNA. mRNA bounced back. What would we do? And more Tesla news, man. More Tesla news. Fuck. I wish I could be long this thing, but I can't. I didn't realize how cheap the calls were. Again, I think I wrote it in chat that I thought I wrote 260 target. Yeah, right there. Looking long Tesla. See if we can get up and through that double top to the left, which is, this is what I was talking about. Right here. 1, 2. Right? 1, 2. Broke the double top. See if we pull it back, hold it as support. It's breaking. Now it's trying to consolidate right at it and on it. See if you get that next leg higher to 261 or 259, which I think is coming. It's only $4 away. Beautiful day today. Look at your uptrend. Look where your uptrend meets the initial morning highs. It's definitely going to pull it back to 253.38. It should. It only makes sense. You see how, like, painting the picture can really help you in understanding the moves. I know it's just a trend line, but I'm telling you, there's a lot of people that have it on their charts too. And you want to know that because you're going to be able to read psychology, right? If they see this and they're thinking about shorting up there, like, you know that they may start to cover once it gets back down into here. Like, you pull back, hold that previous high as support, and we extend higher. And that's why we take SPY calls off. Look at that. Not sure what happened. Not sure what happened here. Maybe it was Putin. Did you guys see that Putin news? Or like that video he released? That he sent a bunch of nukes over to whatchamacallit? He brought over a bunch of nukes to Belarus or something like that. Still looking, guys. I'm just taking my time. Kind of want to get some AMD. So we have that event. Shit. I forgot about the Google event. Alright, guys. Girls, ladies, gents. I want to thank you guys for hitting that like button and subscribing. I gotta be better. Like, I want to be... I don't know. I got a little bit of work to do today. I'm going to have a football show today. We're going to do a pick show. That'll be coming out around like 12 o'clock-ish. See what the markets do here. We have some low volume. I'll be keeping my eyes on the markets all day. Kind of curious to know what we do when we get back down here at this 420 level. Because I feel like we should start to hold. Land ho is what I think is going to take place. I think this ship is getting ready to pull up to the dock. Right? Because where else are we going to find support? How much lower do you want to go? Right? What's it going to take to break this low? Alright, we've sold off a good portion. Like, what? Why would we break the new low? I got one. Okay, Moody's downgrades the U.S. credit. Not one, but two downgrades. Oh, shit. Yeah, that's a reason to hit the low. What's the other reason? Let me think. Yields. So, if yields in the dollar are pulling back, we can expect a pullback or a bounce, right? So, this is the area you're going to want to watch on the dollar is 107.04. Yeah, I just grabbed a SPY long while we were down there, and I didn't make that much money off of it, but I did do all right. Took me back to a green day. Very frustrated I didn't get that Tesla long. It was a really nice setup. I was a mixed bag of emotions because the market's pulling back. I'm looking at Tesla pulling, like, breaking the 50-day, this red box. Pulls back, holds it. What else is there? That's because the reason the fib's not showing 38.2 is because it was here, right? From there to pullback, that's 38.2 fib. We buy it, bang, we're off to the races. So yeah. And we could break to the lows. You could just have algorithms sell. You know, we don't know how much liquidity is missing. Like, if a bank needs money and needs to start selling, then they would start selling to come up with some cash, you know? Whether it's to buy treasuries or to buy new companies or something, whatever it is. Turkey, come over here. You don't have to yell at me. Come on. Let me go open the window for her. So there's more walkouts too, guys. See what this stuff has started. Once you get inflation, it's just bad. Just bad. Kaiser Permanente's walking out, the largest healthcare strike in the U.S. So now they're striking. So Biden, what are you doing, dude? What are you doing? Kamala Harris, what are you doing? Get your shit together. Get your shit together. Come on, guys. Like, look at this. Look what this shit has already started. Once you get inflation, you think government spending's good until it ain't. Like, look what the fuck is going on, guys. This is crazy. Let it be. I don't know. Let it be. Those people that walk out, though, should also use that money and try and do something that they like. I know that, you know, you got to work for the man, you know, sometimes, like, for an extended period of time. But figure out, make your own business, do something. You know, if they're not going to give it to you, go out and go fucking take it. And that's a message for all of you guys, right? It's something I live by. If I want something, go out, go get it. Go get it. If you think you need to go to school, you want to be a doctor, you want to be a lawyer, you want to be an engineer, great. You know, that's awesome. Well, guess what? You might have to go to school to go get it. So guess what? We're going to go to school, right? We're going to go to school. You know, but it sucks. There you go, right, Chris? Like, it sucks to see those people that do that, though. To feel the need that they have to leave, that this has to happen. And I'm telling you, this is just going to continue. It starts with Ford and GM and the car manufacturers. Now you got healthcare. Everyone's going to do it, right? People seem to not be able to afford. It is crazy. I mean, depending on what state you're at. I'm not talking New York City, California, you know, or lower states. Let's just say you're in an area like, it all depends, like Jersey, PA. Jersey's different, obviously, too. It all depends on where you're at. But if you're making $50,000, $60,000 a year, you know, and you're struggling, and you feel like you've made that, you know, you've made that leap up a little bit from 60 to 90,000. I'm just going to give you guys a range, right? That's 60 to 90,000 range, and then it's like boom, you just get hit with inflation and all that stuff, and that you've made it up to that level, and then it's like you're still back at $12. It's feeling like you're back at $12 an hour. That you made no progress, right? All the progress that was done from the prior administration. I listen, I've personally seen it, right? I can see go back and go look at the average pay that people or companies were offering, and then look 3 years later into the Trump administration. Look at 2018, look at 2019, and go see the jump from 2016, 2014, that area, and then go look from 2018 to 2020. And you'll see that pay gap. Just for like construction jobs, whether it's, you know, your basic jobs for like Sally Mae, bank jobs, right? Paying $21 an hour, not paying $16 to $18 an hour. It's jumped up to 21, 22, right? And then all of that was just taken back with COVID and inflation and everything, you know. So hopefully Powell sticks to his guns and they keep these rates up and kill it, right? That leaves opportunity for us to grab houses at a lower price, higher rate, refinance it later on down the road, right? That's how the American dream is able to be attained. But you can't obtain that unless you raise rates and do a Paul Volcker, unless you take rates to 10, 11% and crack, you know, and pull this economy back so you can get 10, 15 years of growth. Like, do it, get it over with. There's going to be pain, you know, people are going to be upset, but it's life. We have to all accept it. And if you're not happy, do it yourself. Go get it yourself. And it may not be easy, right? I'm not sure. I actually don't know. I don't know if he did. And let me tell you something about that. Hold on. I wonder if anyone on here, if you guys have done the math, right? If anybody's done the math. Because what's funny is what you have right now and why you have upset people And the more people find this out, the more upset they're going to be, and they're going to continue to walk out. Any of you guys thinking about buying a house, I want you guys to realize, if you guys are buying a house, go ahead. That's fine. Right? You'll get your down payment and equity anyway, whatever. But you have to realize that your neighbor, right? Let's say you bought a $400,000 home. We'll just use a $500,000, $400,000. We'll use $400,000. Your neighbors, if you're just buying a home now, your neighbors that have that $400,000 home, right, are paying probably, I don't know, $1,600 a month, $1,400 a month, depending on credit, whatever. We'll say $1,600 a month for a 30-year mortgage, right? You're going to pay you're buying a $300,000 house, or if you go to buy that $400,000 house, guess what? You're paying about $2,600 for the same house, right? People don't think about the math that goes behind that, and why you should be smart enough to know and explain to your family, right, that there are certain times you should be buying things in times when you shouldn't. Right? The thing is that home costs have not pulled back. They haven't pulled back like they should. They have in some areas, you know what I mean? But for the most part, housing has not pulled back like it should. Cap rates aren't matching up for commercial real estate. How are you supposed to get financed for a cap rate when the rates are higher than the cap rate? There's a 1-2% spread there that you're going to be paying, and not that's supposed to be in your pocket for someone who does real estate, right? So you're going to have all these people buying homes if they're buying them at this price, not thinking their neighbor and their neighbors literally are paying half the mortgage for a more expensive home than they are, right? This is about, understand. This is what they don't teach you in school. You know what I mean? This is the stuff that they should teach. But it is good to buy, obviously the money goes into equity, but it's the point that the value of your home, you're paying double as your neighbor for the same type of home. You're paying double than what their mortgage is every month. Now, let's say if you want to do a 15-year, right? Like, this is why it's good to know when you should do some things and when you shouldn't. There's a reason why the Fed lowered rates to where they did, and if you didn't take advantage of it, right? Even just buying companies, even if you just took some of your money and bought equities with it, right? You would have done so well just averaging in that year and a half. Like, you could have changed your life just by putting in a few $100 every week, $100 every week. If you put in the right things, I'm telling you, man, you're up 10, 20 times. You save $100 a week times 52. That's 5,000, right? You should be able to save $100 a week. That's $5,000 a year. We'll say 52 weeks in a year. My math may be wrong, and then you 10 times that 5,000. What's 10 times 5,000, right? I'm gonna say, let's just say 6 or 5 times it, because you could have easily at least getting like a 200% return. Because, I mean, guys, like, I averaged in at DraftKings at $11. It's like $12, $13 was my average price. I was buying it from $11 to $18, but I picked it. I think I bought a couple because it was at 20 some dollars, pulled back down to 18. I said, that's it, I'm done buying it, right? I sold it up at the high 60s, and then we got to that 70 mark, and I took some off at the low 60s, mid 60s. I mean, there's 6 times right there. Moderna, I just got done saying that this morning, right? That was my number one. That's the only COVID stock I bought. It went from, when I think, 23, right, to $500, right? It still goes on. Apple, right? Even buying Apple, you had the stock split. I got lucky and I bought calls that July in 2021 or 2020. That July, like June, July, going into August. Do you guys remember that pullback we had? Remember when right before TVIX, they got rid of it? TVIX. I bought TVIX, and then I bought October and November calls for Apple. Only come to find out a month later, I go to my car and they did a stock split, and those $800 calls, $400 October calls went to 12 13,000 a piece. Like the opportunity, even buying oil. Do you understand where you were at with oil right now? I loaded up on Oxy, Fang, One Oak. What else? Um, like there was just so much opportunity. You could have just thrown a dart, and yes, we all look back. We should have just all bought calls instead of buying the actual equity. But it is what it is, right? Um, but now you know, right? Anytime the Fed adds liquidity, you go long. When the Fed's taking out liquidity, quantitative easing, doesn't mean you can't go up, but you're going to get heightened volatility. Yep. I bought the October I bought the October 440s, and I think it was trading at like 380, 360, right? And I got the October 440s because I was trying to keep it like so it wasn't too far out, but whatever, because it was in like June, I think. Let's go to a chart. I want to see that. I bought the Octobers. It was either the Octobers or it was the November, because I think what I did was I bought the November 440s calls, and then bought the October 400s is what I think I did. And I think I paid like 6 to 800 a piece for them. It might have been like 4 to 800. I forget which one it was. It's been about a year and a half now. After that stock split, 3 days later, dude, everybody bought the stock. Let's go look at that chart. Let's go look back when we had the pullback. And I remember specifically buying it. And it was crazy. I didn't know what to do. I mean, obviously I sold it, but, I was just like, this is insane. The opportunity is insane, right? Here it is, right? Where's this? Is this June? So 3, March, April, May, June. No, that's still 3. Am I on a daily? Okay, let me make sure I'm in the right year. Let me go back. All right, so there's COVID. Yup, 2020. All right. Right here. This is the pullback right there. Right? Look at that. See, like I said, July. I'll never forget it. Right here, July. Yup. June is 6, right? And then going into August, September, look at the gap up. So this is at 95, right? So look at this, 95. Because the thing is I was in the money, and the volatility was nuts. I was in the money, and I still had 2 months to go, right? I still had October and November to go, and it was already out of the money. Like the calls were like, I don't know. It was at like, I want to say we were trading maybe at like 360, 340, 350 at the time. I can't remember. And I grabbed the 440s, and then 3 days later, right? And it was in like September, like the end of September, or it was like the end of August into September, whenever the quarterly thing was. 4 days later, dude, they were out of the money. Like my calls were in the money, but like $5-10 out of the money, and I still had a month and a half left. I still had a month to 2 months left on those. It was insane. It was this. This was the earnings call right here where they did the stock split, and look, this thing just went, right? And look, this is what? September. I still had 9, 10. I still had October and November left, man. Dude, I'm telling you. So if you look here, you're trading at $95, and I bought these down here. What I did was, on this day, I remember this so blatantly. I'll never forget it. I bought TVIX. This was the last time I traded the TVIX, which is triple leveraged VIX, and I just bought it outright, right? I bought a shit ton of it. Bought it outright, the SPY, and everything's pulling back, and I said, let me use this opportunity to get some later dated calls. And little did I know, I'd come to find out I would be walking into a call that would change my life, where they did that stock split. I had no idea about this, right? I was just hoping to make a few $100. Um, and I was out. I was out. I was out in this area, and it still gave you more. I look back a week later, and I'm like, you know, it was up, but they were. I don't know how to add. I mean, you could. I guess you could go times four, right? You could do times four with this. So, um, from like I say, guys, look, it's 96. Bang, you gapped up. You're at 110, 115, right? 130. And I still had 2 months left on those contracts. It was nuts. I'll never forget it. It changed my life. Or it just showed me what was possible in the markets, guys. There's a lot of things, right? Like just being able to trade a stock from $2 to, or like $12, $20 to 2,000, right? Where else can you throw $100 and make $200 and make $2,000 off of it? In a day and a half or two. That's your range, obviously. I'm just saying. And buying these, buying the markets and being able to know, after you get a sustained period of like downturn like we have right now, you go on to that 10, 15 years of growth, and you're buying the snowflakes, and you're buying the the AMDs, and like the stocks that are going to provide you that 5, 10 times growth. And you're going to buy them at 80. They're going to go to $400 or $500, and then they're going to split. Then they're going to go back from $100 to 3, 4. Then they're going to split again. And then you're looking at yourself 10, 15 years from now, and you're like, I'm so glad I did that. There goes the SPY. Chris, it was insane. It was insane. I remember like the feeling that I was getting of like, it was just, I can't explain it, right? I can't even explain it. I mean, look at this. You went from this is obviously the chart. It went from 98 to in 2.5, 3 weeks time. Everybody was buying it. They wanted that stock split. And then what happened? What happened after Apple? Already knew it. Right? Tesla. What did Tesla do? Stock split. Right? Same thing. Bang, split. Boop, 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 boop. Right? They were splitting because they know people were going to buy it, because we had so much free money. The opportunity that COVID gave everyone was absolutely insane. It was like the wild, wild west, to be honest. I actually kind of miss it. I fucking miss it. Not that the action hasn't been great here. Right? Like, I don't know. It's just, and that's that's half the reason why we're in the predicament we're in right now. Right? That's also why we're in the predicament we're in right now. Making money was very easy back then if you just had common sense and kind of knew what to do. You got those dips, and you took the opportunity to go long on the pullbacks. It paid off, which is somewhat what I'm thinking about doing now on this pullback. Back down at these lows. I'm thinking about grabbing some early November, mid-November calls. Because I think we could get a pullback. I don't know, though. I'm going to let the market kind of settle, and I start seeing us, turn it around. I'm thinking about getting some calls. Oh, Chris, I'm sorry. I know. It was, I'm not going to say once in a lifetime, but it really was, man. It really was. It really was. It provided the greatest opportunity. I bought Oxy, One Oak, I bought all these oil companies way back on the lows, and that was my big hitters. And I sat on dead money. For a while. I bought them. I was making money here, right? I'm making money because I bought down here, right? I would buy just buying, right? Buying this whole area here. And I made some money, and then look, bang, I'm up. And then what happened? And I remember, I didn't even have to look. I could tell you what month. It went all the way to October, November on dead money, and I was down. I was red for like 6, 8, 10 months, 6 to 8 months, until like October, November, and then they all started to turn. Let's see. Yep, October. November. I'm sorry, November. Because I remember it was around October, November when they actually started to. Because at this point, I was like, dude, if these things don't turn around, like, I might think about getting out. Because now I've been sitting on dead money for over a year and a half. And this is the psychology of the market. As I'm feeling like that, everyone else is too, obviously. Look at this, right? They're obviously like, all right, I've had enough. Bang, 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 bang. And it's getting hit. It's getting hit. It's getting hit. And then what happens? It turns around. That pain pressure point is when you should be buying. And that's why it's good to buy stocks so you can follow what's going on and you'll be able to trade the price action because you're going to know the price action. You know what I mean? If you'd have asked me what I would think of oil, I would say I would be short because I'm watching my portfolio I know what's going on. I know what's going on with the price. And I think that's why a lot of people fail at trading too, is because they don't have a portfolio and they aren't able to watch price action. Like knowing, let's just say a stock, like, knowing at like, all right, we sit around $60. And usually when we get there, we'll rally to like 72, 74, 75. And then you'll have like a week or two drawdown. And if it continues to draw down and it gets past $60, okay, we're sitting in this drawdown right now. Like it's just in a phase where it's selling off. Not sure where it's going to pick back up at, and just knowing like it's been dead money for 10 months or whatever. Like owning stocks, knowing what the price action is, because it's going to give you that, like, not necessarily emotion, but you're going to know. Like me here, I'm like, man, I've been sitting on dead money. It's back to where I was. I not only a year has went by, but now I'm back to where I was buying and red on the position because I averaged up, right? Because it was in an uptrend. So knowing that, I would say, I'd be short. But it was so funny because I was literally getting ready to get rid of them all, and then bang, look what happened. This is like Max Payne. Like, but you wouldn't know it unless you owned them. You wouldn't know the feeling of making being green on the position, and then sitting on it for months, for a few months. What felt like a few months, right? What felt like it, because obviously it was like 6, 7, 8 months. And then it just turns around right when you've just given up on it, and it just starts ripping. And obviously that was the, the change in the, whatever, the presidency, whatever. But it was a time. It was definitely a time. Stocks were splitting just a split. Nvidia, AMD, every company caught on. All they had to do was call a stock split. Look at Nvidia. What happened with Nvidia? Right? On their earnings call, guess what? Right here it was. It was right here. No, hold on. That's boom, boom. It was right here. This is the stock split. In August. It was in August, I'm pretty sure, of 2021. This is where it did its stock split. And just ripped. It just ripped. I can't remember if it was here or if it was 20. Where was it? It might have been 20. Yeah, no, that was here. Damn. Do you guys remember where Nvidia did its stock split? I think it was like, I'm pretty sure it was like either here or it was here. I want to say it was here. Because you got this big rally and it pulled back and then ripped face. Because that's when I had that second chance to buy Nvidia, and I didn't do it. And I regret not buying Nvidia back here again. I regret that. Because it ripped and it pulled back to like, the same earnings place. And it's like, there's a nice base there, holding it as support. And then look what happened. That's another one I'll never live down, was re-adding to that Nvidia. It's fun to go back and remember the times. TLT was a nice play. Took a nice long here on TLT. This is when you wanted to have played it. This was a huge, you could have made a lot of money there, but right here, This reverse head and shoulders right here. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder, pulls back, bang. The Thinkorswim's charts don't... You can't see it on Thinkorswim's charts. You can't see it. It doesn't show it. But if you look on any other charting platform, there is a beautiful head and shoulders that was put in here. And it gave you that nice long on TLT. Just a lot. So there's a SPY trying to go back to highs. It's just being volatile. It's going to be an inside-out day is what it looks like, guys, right? So what would we do? We'd probably take the short if it gets up there. I wouldn't short it here because you could get a rip up. But if you can't break the morning high on the S&Ps, then you might want to look for an inside type of day. Yeah. Yeah. And I think, didn't AMD also do something like they both went. Yeah, I think because they both went. It was like May of 2021. You're right. Yeah, right here, right? Look, same thing with AMD. AMD went and ripped, right? There's the earnings pullback, bang, bang. So it was funny because once it was I think it was Apple that started it. It was Apple that started it. It's either Apple or Tesla. I want to say it was Apple that started it because Apple did the stock split, and then it just went nuts. And everybody's talking about how like it's not bullish for the stock. Well, everybody has money, right? If the Fed's buying bonds, right, and what people have failed to realize was if the Federal Reserve is buying bonds, right? Let's just say you're a bondholder. I'm the Fed. Guess what? Here's $1 billion I'm going to hand you, and you're going to give me the bonds. What are you going to do with that cash? Or digital money, whatever you want to call it. What are you going to do? You're just going to sit on it? You got equities making all-time highs, right? Bonds selling off a little bit. You got, just all these stocks ripping. What do you think you're going to do with it? You're not going to sit cash. You're going to put that money to work. And that's what the rally was induced. It was a Fed-induced rally because when they buy bonds, it's not the Fed buying like equities, which they could. I don't know. But the fact that the person that is selling the banks or whatever, whoever is selling the bonds to the Fed, they have to take that money and put it somewhere. Where does it find a home? Finds a home in NVIDIA, AMD, Apple, Microsoft, right? Google, Amazon, right? It finds a home in all these names. Literally there was so much money, they just they had to throw it in like DraftKings and like all these names we didn't hear of. SMSI, right? Which is another stock that Kramer gave out that I bought years ago. And it was dead money. And look where it's at now. Or it was. No, yeah, Smith Micro. Okay, so this wasn't the one. What's the stock that was going ham? What is that? I know there was on. Yeah, Kramer was big on this thing. Look, it's a fucking penny stock now. I'm surprised it's even trading. But it did do well, right? Look at 2020. There's COVID. $4 stock, right? Went to $8, $7. Here's another one. I can't believe I bought this thing. Waiter. Did anybody hear about that thing going around? I don't even know what the ticker is. ASAP. They changed the name. That's so funny. I'm not sure. Anyway, got that thing really cheap. Sold it for like a 400% gain. It went from like $2. I got in at like $2. Sold it. It got up to $5 and some cents, and sold that son of a gun. So it was a good time, man. That whole era was awesome. And even if you, like I said, if you guys had jobs, like even just buying things and buying a few $100s at a time. Even if you had $5,000, you probably could have taken it to $20,000. Like, it wouldn't have been hard. As long as you held and, could do a little bit of common sense. Like, hey, I'm up 5-10 times on this position. I might want to take some off. Yeah, I caught two green trades. I'm back green. Caught two green trades. I caught a SPY long. Tesla small short, but lost on that because I accidentally got out. I really wish I would have just taken the long on Tesla. I really do. I wrote it in the chat that my target was up at that 260 area. We'll see if it gets there today. It's at 257 now, so it's just about there. So, and I wrote that in chat up here, guys, right here. All right. Looking long Tesla. See if we get up through that double top to the left. 260 target right there. Laid out. Laid it right out. Where's the double top? Right there. 1, 2. And then it broke it. Boop. And it's going to 269 is where I think it's going. I think it's going here, guys. I think that's the target. I think that's where she's headed. This would probably be a buy position right there to get a few points, right? That would probably be a buy position right there. Why I say that is there should be buy triggers right there because of the 90 EMA. It looks like it's trying to roll over, though. Yeah, it looks like it's trying to roll itself over. Let's see. Yeah, that trend line ain't doing nothing right now. SPY struggling up here. I just want to go back to 2021. I'm going to make a song about that, I guess. Just take me back to 2021. I wish I could have like a Groundhog's Day to 2021. Seriously. We had TVIX. You guys, I don't know if you guys ever heard of that or not, but what it was a triple leveraged VIX. It was so awesome. Like, you can make so much money with that thing. You know what I mean? You can make a lot of money with that thing. I mean, if you think about it, the VIX is up 2-3%. Let's just say 4%. Times that by 3. I don't even think it's still listed. It's a shame, man. They need to bring it back. Wonder if somebody was in a coma and they're like, yo, where's the... I need TVIX. Where's TVIX? And sorry, bro, it's gone. So the VIX is... I wonder what the VIX is up. If it's up like... Is it flat? Why is it not telling me if it's green or not? It's because my charts are frozen. I will keep an eye... Guys, keep an eye out for Moderna. Okay? And Intel. If it gets back up to that resistance level where it sold off pre-market... There could be a trade there. There could be a really nice trade there if it can't get back up above it. So we'll keep that on our watch. At least I'm going to, right? See, Intel didn't give us anything. You had to trade this thing off the bell, and I had a feeling that was going to happen. But so I'm happy with that. I'm glad I got rid of it. And then again, Moderna trades with the SPY sometimes, but it has news right now. So I think if you're able to get Moderna back up here at 103.75, guys, I would look to short it. That's initially what I would be looking for. And it can offer a really nice trade, right? You don't have to go crazy big and to make decent money on it. You know, you got this support and resistance level right there at 103.65. Okay. It's like right here, sorry. Right there. Even though I don't like that area. Yep, double bottom. Yeah, that's it right there. Back in 2020, right, exactly. I'm surprised somebody hasn't done it already. It's surprising. Nobody's done it yet. Or at least, like, hasn't. I'm sure somebody may have, but Take me back to 2021 or 2020. It was awesome. There was so much fear in the news, and Trump was president. Like, do you understand some of the shit that he would say and the markets would move, and the stuff he would say about Powell? Like, it was hilarious. I want to go back to that. I miss it so much. Right? Like, Powell, if you don't lower rates, I'm going to backhand the shit out of you. I'm the president. Lower those fucking rates so people can work and we can have a good economy. If you don't lower rates, I'm going to lower them for you. Like, I miss that shit. You don't hear that from Biden. He's just a boring old politician. You don't hear Biden talk about, yeah, Putin does this and that. I'm going to bomb the shit out of him and his house. Like, Trump would say that shit. You know? They talk so much shit on him. And I'm like, yo, he put together a good team. Hey, life was great back then. I miss it. I want to go back to that time. I want to go back to that 2018, 2019, 2020 era. I miss it. So, yeah, I guess it's coming into 11:30. We're going to have a bit of an inside-out day today because of tomorrow's data. So what I'll probably do is probably save for a small short back down the VWAP. So if you guys... Booking holdings. I don't know of any small, like, what, kind of want to see what's going on. But yeah, the yes, right? Yeah, I'm the same way, dude. I'm the same way. And it's so funny. Like, I'm with you there. It's so funny how they talk about Trump in January 6th. Did any of you guys watch that day? What really went happened? Dude, it wasn't just Trump. They seem to forget that there's video of Nancy Pelosi talking about hitting them, like listen, everybody threw the papers in the air and didn't give a shit. It wasn't just Trump. It wasn't just him. It was all of them. It was all of them because they were so mad that people liked him and it pissed them off. Right? And it pissed them off. Yo, everybody just didn't give a shit that day. It wasn't just Trump. It was Nancy Pelosi. It was all of them. All of them just, dude, it was madness. That whole day was madness. I remember watching it. I was trading the markets. I remember watching it, right? I'm watching Nancy Pelosi. I'm watching Trump's speech. I'm watching the whole, just everything that's going down that day. And literally everybody just didn't give a shit. When nobody, shit was being said. Shit was being done. I'm like, this is going to make the news. I don't even know. Listen, it's people going down there that believe in such a cause to do that. It's crazy, right? To go do all that. It is, but I'm more, you know what I mean? I'm not, the people, whatever, like, it's, you shouldn't, I don't know. I don't know what to say, right? I will say it's not like that man said, I want you guys to come down here. But when they got down there and Nancy Pelosi and everybody started us up, then yes, he did lose his shit too and said, take it back. Right. So, Nancy Pelosi. I'm talking all of them. All of them. It was crazy. Yeah, I don't know. That's just people. I don't know. I guess people were just, we're just tired of, because you got to remember, like, Obama and Biden, they lied all the time. What happened with the 6 men that were on top of the building? Do you know what they came out and said? They came out and said that they got mad that there was a cartoon about Allah. No, they got under attack and then 6 men were left there to fucking defend themselves with no help. With an army of Muslim people. Not Muslim, but, like, just people that, didn't want America in their spots. Right? lying about having my number, your like all of your guys' phone numbers, doing whatever they can and want with them, and using 9/11 as an excuse, right? What else? Obama went behind the Senate and the House and I forget what it was that he did. So when Trump or anybody else does it, you can't like say Trump did it, because Obama was actually the first president to do it. He didn't give a shit about the House or the Senate. He wanted something done and he went and did it, and I forget what it was. They were just tired of like the big brother, right? Tired of wars, tired of being in all these games where soldiers are sent to. I know it's just a whole mess. But for people to get crazy and go to the White House and do all that, it's like you must not have a life. I don't know. You know, I mean, I get it. Life was good. Life was good, and they were scared to that it was going to be taken from them. I get it. It's, you know, it's like this whole crazy. Yeah, I mean, I'm not the. You know, that doesn't surprise me. You know, it doesn't surprise me because they're gonna. You know how politics are, because that's the whole point, is that they act like they're your friends, and they're not. You know, they're not. I live probably, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes from Biden's house in Wilmington. Um, you know, my parents been to a couple things. I don't ever want to say anything, but it's like, you know, not. He's just losing his mind. It's just, you know, I don't know. They're just, you know, there just needs to be some type of change. Yeah, I'm sure they did. I'm sure they did. You know, it's, I don't know. Like, for me to pack up and leave about a political thing, I just can't do it. I don't know. I just don't. I'm not a political person. Like you say, Chris. You know, like, um, I'm the same way though. Like, I'm not packing up to go party at the White House for a vote or to go do something. You know, the only way I would be there, just like Sam, I'm actually looking to see if I can get a press pass, or to see how much the press pass is for when Sam does his court appeal, when he appears for court. So I'm still working on that. I haven't. I'm going to look into it here at lunchtime and see how much it is, and see if I can't go in there and kind of like, you know, maybe get some video or something. I know. I know. I was thinking the same thing. I don't know. I'm pretty sure he has to show up though. I'm pretty sure at a point in time he has to show up. He has to show up. Because what it is, it would be for the courts for the business, not like charges against him, but it's charges for the business and all that stuff. And I think because I'm ordained, I can get a press pass, right? Um, Being an ordained minister, I guess you can get a press pass. So I'm kind of working on that, or going to work on it. See how much it is. I got to get the information on when and if he's coming. Like, it's a little hard to, you know, unless you have a Bloomberg terminal, it's kind of hard to get some of that information. Nasdaq looks quiet today. Go through here and see what are some of our top gainers and whatnot. Vino is up 48. This might see if this thing holds here. Hit that double top, pre-market double top, right? Pulled back to support there. This could be a small trade. It's a $2 stock. Um, right? I would watch though. I don't know the float. I don't know the news, so you got to do your own due dil- do your own due diligence. Um, I wouldn't even trust this thing. Let's see here. I just want to see if we can find something. I know Tesla's going to go to that 260. It's doing what it's supposed to do. And the puts were so much more expensive. The puts were so expensive compared to the calls that I wish I would have just grabbed the calls in the first place because it looked really ripe for some upside. So do we have a double bottom here on the SPY? Let's see here. And look for where are the Qs, which will tell us, I still think we're going to have an inside out day. But watch for like a lunchtime push, right? Where are the Qs? And if you guys start looking and seeing the IWM turn around and look, yep, look at the Qs, guys. Right? The Qs are making highs. Right? Is the IWM done going down? Come on. Why is it doing that? Yes, it's turning around. All right. I would expect the SPY to start bouncing. Let's see if the IWM can get a bounce here. And then let me see the Qs. So this is how you guys want to. If you guys don't look at the markets this way, the major indexes, you want to use the other like indexes to help you make a decision going forward. Like if you start seeing the Qs here, get that bounce and pull it up. All right, you can look at it two different ways. If the IWM starts to sell off, you're going to start seeing the SPY or the Dow, then the SPY, then the Qs pull back. But the Qs are going in the up direction, and technology is the majority of the market. So we want to be looking to go long tech stocks right now. Right? Look at Google, new highs. It's up. It's up 1.8%. Right? This is the basics of trading. Where's the indexes? Right? Where's the Dow? Where are the Qs? And then we go with whatever's up top. Watch, the Dow's down. So look at Home Depot, Dow stock, right? 0.2%. It's flat, as it should be, because the Dow is down, right? Boeing, there was a little bit of news, so it might be a little more volatile. But look, it's red. So this is some of the stuff I forget that I need to remember every day, right? The Qs are up. I need to look at tech for the upside. The Dow is down. I need to look at the Dow stocks for downside. Let's look at Disney. Down. Dude, this thing's getting murdered. Right? This thing's getting murdered. Just want to say I want to thank you guys for the likes and stuff like that. I really need to I need to get up on my stuff. I need to get up on my shiz because I feel like there's a lot of I could be doing a lot better, and I need to do a lot better. I was working on a couple things actually last night. But like I say, like 12:30, I'm going to actually I could probably make the thumbnail with you guys if you guys want. But I'm going to make this thumbnail and probably talk college football for like 12:30, or we'll say like 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock, and then we'll switch to the markets from 2 to 4. Because I still would like to see if there's some opportunity to be had. And we could get some type of news also that could just come out during the middle of the day, which I need to get on. So that was a good conversation that we had, though, right? Just knowing if you're buying a house, if you guys are thinking about buying a house, make sure you're getting it for the right price, right? Because your neighbor's $400,000, $500,000 house. You guys have the same house, same price, and you're paying double, right? You're paying double what they're paying. So it's okay to buy homes when interest rates are high because it actually helps you in the long run. But until these rates affect the asset price of the home, which has not happened yet really, maybe some counties, or not counties, but maybe some states it has, but for now, it hasn't. Houses are still up at highs. You know, it's crazy. Yes, I do. I do. I've had the past couple of days. I've had some trouble, and I've been really trying to get it right. That's why I didn't do a live stream last night, right? Because trading is, you know, it's not hard, and I feel like since I've started doing the stream and started to do a couple other things, I've made it difficult on myself because I haven't been able to spend, just spending a few hours and going through charts and stuff like that. And I try to trade options with you guys and stuff. And, man, look at that. We were there. Let's see here. I feel like I've been struggling lately. Like I missed Amazon and it was starting to like bother me. So I'm like, yesterday, I'm like, yo, you're thinking about it. Like, relax, let it fucking go. You're going to get back on. You're going to get back in the winning circle just like you always do. And you'll look back, and because that's the road, right? You guys might be doing great while I might have a bad time. I might crush it, and and other people might be hurting, right? Not knowing that the market cycle is changed, and you need to like change what it is that you're doing, right? And it changes, and before you know it, you've caught up to it. You're doing well, and it changes again. Just as you find your footing, the market changes again, right? Market cycle is a real thing. I do. I do it all on the same computer, but I have another monitor. I have another monitor, Brody. I've been using this though because I changed the stream and I got to get my other monitor up, and I'm kind of figuring out how I'm going to do it. Right? I've just been figuring out how I'm going to set it up because of room, and it's kind of heavy. I have another Apple computer, an actual Apple computer, and I have another small monitor over here that. So what it is like my cat jumps up here on the end of that table there, and if I put it there, she's got nowhere to lay, and I'm like, so no reason. I just got to get it hooked up. Just got to get it hooked up, and I will be, especially you know what I mean for this, you know what I mean for streaming and stuff. And there goes the cues, like we said. There goes the Qs. Let's see if we can hop on the S&Ps real quick. It'll probably pull itself back. It'll pull itself back. And this is what we said, right? Lunchtime run up. You're coming right into resistance though. Qs have broke it. Qs have broke it. Give me 1 second, buddy. What is this? 358.68, 359, call it. Sheet. And that Apple computer is so heavy. It's so heavy. I'm not sure if my desk can hold it. Yep, that's what I was just saying. That's what I was just saying. Yeah, I feel you. I mean, I do. I have two other computers. Like I said, I have my Apple computer that's right behind this monitor. I have two other laptops. But I have two other computers, but mainly I just use this one. It is a lot to run, but it's been able to keep up, you know. I haven't had really any issues other than sometimes the camera will turn off and stuff. Um, I really haven't had to worry about running a whole separate computer, off of the, separate from the stream and then from my broker and stuff. Oh shit. But I'm trying to figure out what is the best option to do though, like, because if I slide this here over, which I can slide it over. But if I put up that side, if I put the computer and the other monitor over here, It's like I'm thinking about just buying another monitor of this and just having it up top, and that way the camera is going to be like looking down at me instead of using uh, the other monitor or a computer because I have a monitor and then I have the Apple computer. So, all right, so there's resistance on AMD. I think that would be the best bet would be get a stand. Been wanting to, but I just haven't really pulled the trigger yet because I've been kind of slacking in my trading the past 2 weeks. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, that's cool. Because I use Interactive Brokers, Lightspeed, E-Trade, and this Thinkorswim account actually is pretty much for like forex or futures. If I want to trade forex or futures and stuff, I just haven't done it because I don't know if some of you guys know it or not. But you can trade, you can trade SPX, not like you can futures, but you can trade SPX options pre-market. I think from 8 o'clock. I think it is from 8 o'clock on. Um, so I haven't really just done it, just because I'm more comfortable in the equity market. I just haven't tried it. I do want to try, but if I want to trade the indexes, I'll just trade the SPY or the SPX. I don't know. Maybe I'm sure there's tax advantages to trading futures, but yeah, I need to get we had like yesterday, man, Chris, like you said, we had Amazon, that break and retest off Amazon. We called it out Tuesday or Monday night. Monday night it was, man. Can't believe I forgot about it. This is why I gotta write it down. I set alerts and I don't get them for some reason. I don't know. Maybe user error. I don't know. But man, to miss that trade yesterday, especially when we talked about it the night before, it's a beautiful setup and we were watching it. We were watching it since last week. We were like, this thing gets back up to this 100-day moving average. Let's look for that resistance, right? That's a failed break above 100. Retest, boop. Just like Tesla today. Tesla break retest off that 50-day moving average. SPY, I forgot about. I need to start trading. I'm sorry. I'm sitting here talking. And there it goes. Let's see if we can get the SPY up to 425. That was my target. I wrote down 425, 425.50 for the SPY. Or what was it? It was 424.50. I'm sorry. 424. No, 425. What are you guys doing for lunch? Oh, I'm thinking about a cheesesteak. That's a nice double bottom there. Nice little W pattern there. It's kind of ugly, but not really. You guys see that? Just flat, sells off, right? Pivot back down, double top, flat, bang. So what could we do? We could probably look for like a consolidation here a bit. We'll watch the cues because it may just start going. Watch for a consolidation, and then, or we pull it back. All right, we pull it back to 422.97 and then get that rally. Let me see here. I was watching Philly cheesesteaks, and I'm like, nice. That sounds good, Chris. I'm thinking about the same. I was thinking about chicken salad yesterday, but I ended up watching. It's just like Philly has the best bread. The best bread. Like, I'm not a big fan of bread. You know what I mean? Unless it's good. Like, I'm a big fan of bread when it's good, like good Philly bread. And I was watching like this cheesesteak thing yesterday, like not like Pat's and Geno's, but like your Angelo's and all the other spots that are really like really good. And like the best sandwich that I've ever had were from I forget where it was from, but it was like a pork sandwich, I think it was. Oh my god, it was so good. So ever since I seen that video last night, I've been kind of thinking about making a run up to Philly to get some really good, some good eating. I do have a spot here that's not too bad where like they it's pretty damn close. We have a couple good spots here. Where the bread and like it's actually pretty decent food. Maybe a little greasy, not too good for you, but still good overall. But it's rare. It's rare these days. Yeah, I do. I live near Philly. Yeah, I do. You live in South Jersey? Nice. Yeah, I'm in Delaware. That's where I'm at. I'm right outside Wilmington. Right outside of Wilmington. I need to get a haircut so bad too. I was busy last weekend doing a couple things. Oh, it's nice, nice, awesome. How's it been up there? It's I haven't watched the news or anything. Has it like quieted down a little bit, or it's just Philly as normal, or are they still killing each other? Philly's not a bad place, but it just has its, just like any city, right? It's not just Philly. It's just like every city has stupid shit that happens. But I like Philly. I love Philly. You know, great food. But maybe it might be different for somebody that lives up there and is tired of it every day. Yeah, I thought so. I thought so. I thought so. Yeah, it's been a little while since I've been up there. It's been a little while. Like I say, I'll go up there to eat if I want to go up and go get, if I want to go up and go get some food or something, or kind of just like go out, walk around the city. Um, there's actually couple of, like BNY Mellon. There's a couple of financial banks that are up there. You actually, I don't know if you know this, Brody. I don't know if you know this, but you guys know the semiconductor ETF, right? Socks. You guys know that's ran out of the Nasdaq in Philly, right? If you didn't, now you do. Thought about getting a job up there, which I actually haven't seen this in a little bit. Some one of the guys that I look up to who's a CMT. Um, he worked there for a while before he went to work for Tom Lee's company. Um, he worked at the Nasdaq in Philly. Yeah, yep. And look, you can see it there, Philly Semiconductor Index. Yep. I know a lot of people don't. That looks like our next target. Let me make sure though. Let me not just say that. There's a little bit more to it than that. Yeah, I think they have a Brazil ETF that they run out of there. They have a couple things. They have a couple different ETFs that they run out of Philadelphia in the NASDAQ there. Let's see here. So we're holding. I would expect us to bounce. So like right now, I'm kind of curious. Like right now, like with what I said about buying like some calls for November, I may have to see. The thing is, I don't want to do it right now because I feel like if we get a good jobs data tomorrow or Friday, whether it's initial jobless claims or non-farm payroll, and what else do we have tomorrow? I know we have something else. No matter like if one is too good and the other is like too bad, you could get like this, you could still get a sell-off. So I'm kind of waiting for the long. I thought about buying the long this morning, but I was looking at some trade ideas and I messed them up because I didn't sell right off the bell. I knew Intel. I should have sold it right off the bell. That the chances of it selling off the bell were really high. Like, get it as soon as that bell opens. Place your order, market order in, let it fall out of bed, and that's exactly what happened. Um, but you don't know that, right? You can have your instinctive feeling, but you don't know. You can only take in so much from time and sales level 2 and from the chart. But it was resistance all morning. All morning it was resistance, and I just thought that level was too big to break. So tomorrow, I think with initial jobless claims, really it's Friday is the data that we're waiting for. I'm telling you guys right now, the most important thing that the market is worried about, the market is not worried about CPI. The only time the market will worry about CPI is if we get a crazy big number. You're going to get a little bit of volatility, but we're on to the jobs market because in order to contain the CPI at where it's at, we got to get the labor market to soften, and to soften at a point that we don't like, that the Fed doesn't overshoot it. So what I'm saying is when we get this non-farm payroll and initial jobless claims, if we get initial jobless claims tomorrow, that is still in that high 100,000, like 200,000, 210 area, and you're still seeing this initial jobless claims. Look, 204 expected. Remember last week, guys, right? It was like what was it? The expectations was 217,000, right? I'm pretty sure the consensus forecast was. And we come in at 204. We've been dropping for a month straight, a month and a half. We had 2 weeks about 5-6 weeks ago. We had 2 continuous weeks in upticks in initial jobless claims. And now we've worked ourselves. Now we're getting ready to go to the high 100,000 mark. That's crazy. So if we get this initial jobless claims number is going to be a telling. If, we don't want to see it come in at like 190,000. We would like to see it come in at like 212, 216, 215, even 220 would be cool because we want to see it start to go up a little bit. But we don't want it to go up so much that it's like, is the Fed over tightening? So there's going to be this balance, right? I'm telling you right now, the reason the market is worried about the non-farm payrolls and the labor market over everything is because, one, that's what we need for the CPI, but two, more importantly, this is what the Fed's worried about now. The Fed is worried about the labor market. Jackson Hole was the switch from CPI to unemployment. And obviously a government shutdown. Obviously. That's the other, you know what I mean? But does that help the unemployment case? It kind of doesn't. It helps kill GDP, but they want a soft landing, right? Are we getting a soft landing or not? A government shutdown, unemployment going from really strong to really weak, just like that, that's not a soft landing. I feel you, buddy. Yeah, man, I'll see you, Chris. You have a great rest of your day, bud. I just think it's important for people to know, like, what should we be watching, right? What do we want to see? What does the market care about? We know what CPI is, right? If it comes in at 3.2, 3.1, it's, unless you get a surprise, the market is not going to care about CPI. The only time it's going to care about it is if it comes in really low or really high. And I think you're going to get a push and pull just because energy has went up. You still have that core, and where it's with food and energy and without, right? I don't think services and everything have continued to go up. The only thing that's went up is oil. Things are still kind of expensive, but we're coming from a place of being used to it, I guess. It's, what's this? So Wednesday. You know, we'll be able to get a tell. Usually PPI will kind of give us a hint at what CPI is going to be. So, I mean, inflation rate month over month 0.3. We're damn near at 0.2%. So, but yeah, I'm going to go make this thumbnail real quick. I would look for the S&Ps, which I'll still talk about over on the other stream. Pulling back into that area, right? Pulling back into here. Right? Pulling right back into this area, trying to find a bounce. Because I think what you're going to have now is you're going to have dip buyers. It's time to buy the dip. Just because of a few reasons, right? The market sell off. We're oversold. They want to take advantage of the bounce. Or, you know, if there's a bounce, they want to, you know, take advantage of it. This is when you want to buy calls. You don't want to buy puts down here. You want to buy calls. Not to say that it can go up. It's just you're paying, the calls are going to be cheaper and you can get more time. And then once you get that move back up, you know, it can be pretty explosive. All right, you guys, give me 15 minutes. I'm going to make that thumbnail and I'm going to be right back. I know I've said it all week, but I'm doing this show because I want to record it. So I appreciate all of you guys for stopping by. If you guys have any other questions, you can throw them in the comment section. I'll answer them. But I'll see you guys over at the other stream, guys. Thanks, guys.